Hi, I'm Angie with Eddie Magazine, and I'm sitting here with Eddie Mahoney.
Hi, Ange. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks so much for stopping by.
My pleasure. I love
Wolfgang's
San
Vault.
Francisco. Yeah, it's great.
It's great. I think a lot of your fans and Wolfgang's Vault, listeners are familiar with your relationship with Bill Graham.
Right, yeah.
So how does it feel for you to be kind of in this physical manifestation?
Well,
of
I tell you,
Graham's
Bill was like a second dad to me. I loved him dearly. And actually, the day he died, I didn't even have time to grieve because I was down at my house in Southern California, and I knocked at the door, and it was CNN telling me that Bill was dead. It was a horrifying experience for me, and I wrote that song, I'll Get By for him, and it's just a tragic loss. I miss him every day. And now when I'm around all these pictures of him and all this great memorabilia, it just really, it tugs at my heart. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How did you first meet? I understand Bill discovered you, essentially.
Well, he threw me out of the carousel ballroom 100 times, but actually I did a show called Sounds of the City, which was amateur night at Winterland. It was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday night. It was a rainy night, and I told all my friends, we were working out of Berkeley, California, in San Jose. I told everybody to get up really close to the stage, so it looked like the place was packed. And we had done Baby Hold On and 2 Tickets to Paradise, and we were close to getting a deal with Columbia Records. And Bill saw me, and I just next thing I know, we became really good friends, and he gave me a record deal. And next thing I know, I was on Saturday Night Live with John Palucci and Gilda Radner, and I did Midnight Special and all kinds of TV shows. And it was a long and prosperous career. We had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And he had so much influence in the music
Yeah,
community.
yeah. Well, we wrote a lot of great songs, and it was great to have him as a manager. He was the best manager in the world you could ever actually ask for. He was great.
Oh. Do you have a favorite or best Bill Graham story? Maybe that's putting you on the spot.
Well, I remember one time that we had the key actually to the Berkeley Community Theater because a buddy of mine used to work at the AV squad there when he was in high school. And every time one of Bill Graham's honchos would come, we'd slam the door on him so he couldn't get in. And then Bill realized that somebody had the key. So we locked the guy out, the cop out, and next thing we heard a click. And who was coming in the door but the cops? We apparently got the key. So we're running through this whole maze, and we came running out on stage right in the middle of a Ricky Lee Jones show, which was really quite very, very crazy. And Bill said, "I signed that son of a gun." No, but we've had a lot of great times, and he was just a great guy. And he used to like me because I used to make him laugh. And, he was everybody thought he was such a grump, but he was just a sweetheart of a guy, And I wouldn't want to play him in basketball, but everything else was really good with him. He was quite the fanatic when it came to basketball.
Yeah, and you've certainly, you built much of your career under his influence.
Well, yeah, we did a lot of great things, and I was touring with the Rolling Stones. I played with The Who. I played with everybody from Fleetwood Mac to the Steve Miller Band, April Wine. Who didn't we play with? We opened up everybody like a can opener. And we were out there, I think the first year that I actually played for Bill, we were doing like 5-6 nights a week. And the first night we played 347 shows.
Oh my gosh.
That was a lot of shows.
Yeah, that is a lot of shows. How do you feel like, back when you first sort of started your career, did Bill Graham help kind of build your persona, or was that just a magnification of who you were?
Bill was great. You could never do shows loaded with Bill, so I always had to wait till I got out of town. No, I'm only kidding. If he was here, he'd kill me. But no, Bill was great. He was strict. And to him, the most important thing is getting the respect of the audience. You're really not there for yourself, for your friends. You're there to entertain people. And he's worked with people like, everybody from Janis Joplin to Grace Slick to Otis Redding. The list goes, Miles Davis, the list goes on. And he taught me a lot about respecting my audience and just getting up there and giving 100%.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the first time you heard one of your songs on the radio?
Yes, I do. I was in the car coming over the bridge in San Francisco. One of those days there wasn't these cell phones, so I was driving 100 miles an hour, and I got on the other side of the bridge, and I called my mother with tears in my eyes, and I said, "Mom, I can't believe it. Baby Hold On's on the radio, and it's a big AM station." And she said, "I told you not to call me on Mahjong night."
Can you identify your favorite song that you've written?
I guess, I don't know, I really like 2 Tickets to Paradise because, who in the world wouldn't want 2 Tickets to Paradise? And Baby Hold On was good, and a lot of great songs that I came up with in the past for some very special people. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I always sang from my heart, and the songs always they were very real to me, and I think that the public picked up on the fact that they weren't really contrived,
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you know that you're truly a pop culture icon when you see Homer Simpson sing one of your songs.
Yeah, Homer, yeah. He
What
said,
was that
great
like?
guitar solo. I love Homer Simpson, yeah. Like, it was great.
Yeah. You know, as an emerging artist in this day and age, how do you feel like the advent of the internet would change the course of your career? Because you certainly were, you know, heavy on the FM radio play.
Well, now, you know, the thing is with the internet, it's really crazy because, as a matter of fact, I saw a video of me just the other day, and there was this young lady crying her eyes out right in front of me, right in front of my feet. I said, honey, what's happening? Everything's good. She says, you're standing on my hand. No, we've had a lot of great shows. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And now you're still performing quite a bit. And,
Right, yeah. Well, I got 5 kids. I'll do anything to get out of the house. You know? But we're doing a lot of shows because, you know, I guess the government needs the money.
Yeah. Are you still writing new material?
I got a new song out right now that we put together about somebody that lost their life, unfortunately, in the Iraq and Afghani conflict, and it's a song called "One More Soldier Coming Home," and the video's coming out along with the song the first week in March, and at the march, and we're donating all the money to the widowers, and the widowees of the Iraq and Afghani conflict. So I hope that helps them out.
Yeah, that's great. Are you working with a label in particular right now? Self-releasing?
I'm working with the Milk label right now. Nobody wants to give me a deal anymore. I've sold too many records, and now they're going, "What? Why'd we sign them?"
Too much expectation, you know?
No, but you know, I think that there's a lot of good things happening for me. My career, her career is taking off right now. Jeff's money, and you know, we'll just see what happens. I'm getting ready to put out a new record, called, actually it's called Music from the Vault, if you can believe that. And they're just like unreleased Eddie Mahoney songs that we did in the past that we never really got around to doing. But it's going to be a great record. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, right now with the luxury of perspective, looking back on your career, is there any words of advice or wisdom that you would offer to young musicians that are emerging now in today's landscape?
Don't get high just because it's free. Because you know what, it can really screw you around. I mean, I had a major drug overdose, unfortunately, and
when was that?
And then I wrote my big record, No Control, about that, trying to teach people that you don't have to be rich and famous to drive your car off a bridge or to OD on some silly drug you should have never done. So, I mean, I did make a lot of mistakes, but all in all, the guy upstairs has been very good to me, and I'm very happy that I'm still around.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
I wish Bill was, I'll tell you.
I know. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Angie. It's great. KGO rocks.
It's a pleasure.